Planting the bomb, one of the most common actions in CS, but do you really know how and where you can plant the bomb? Did you know that you can plant here, or even here? When planting the bomb, the main factor is to get it down so you can get your gun back out and defend it, but with a little bit of forward thought, you can make defending much easier. Different scenarios call for different plant spots, and you need to be able to recognize those scenarios and the plant spots that go with them. Take cache for example. There's two main scenarios I see when planting. Scenario 1. You take the site, but spend a long time doing so. You're sure that a rotate is imminent, if not already happening, and you just need to get the bomb down in the middle of the fight. The correct choice is most commonly to plant in the safest spot here, so you can't be caught out while planting, as getting the bomb down is key. It's more difficult to defend, as anyone defusing is behind cover, but it's much better than being an easy target during the firefight. So where scenario 1 shows how to plant on a contested site, scenario 2 is about if the site is secured, and your team has smokes up and they've got themselves into good positions where CT can't just peek out and kill you. So in this situation, you want to plant in the most open spot so that any CT trying to defuse will be exposed to multiple angles of no cover. This makes it extremely hard to defuse without having killed all of the terrorists and makes the next 35 or 45 seconds really difficult for the CTs. Hopefully this helps you realize that planting the bomb isn't only about just getting it down, but about knowing in what scenario you're presented with, what sort of where the CTs are and what dangers you're facing, and therefore what plants you should be doing in those situations. The same can be said for all maps. So I mean, look at Inferno. Scenario 1 would permit a plant here or here, whereas scenario 2 could be here or even over here, for example. There's several plant spots, each of their own benefits and weaknesses. I've shown the obvious benefit or weakness being how much cover you get when planting versus how much cover the CT has while defusing, but there's a few more. So I recently did a top defuse tips and tricks video, and a link to that is in the description, but one key point it mentioned is the angle you can aim away from the bomb while you're defusing it. So you could pre-aim a corner and immediately start shooting by just letting go of E. As a T, to negate this, you can plant in a corner. So this means if the CT tries to defuse the bomb, they're going to be standing right on top of it, and they need to actually be looking down at the bomb or standing behind it and still looking at the bomb, meaning they can't just stand one side of it and pre-aim the side that you're on because the wall is in the place. B site on Dust 2 is a great example of this, as the corner is the default plant for that very reason. In a 1v1, if you're holding tunnels, you only need to peek very slightly to see if the CT is defusing. If he's looking at you, he's not defusing because it's impossible. But if he's looking at the bomb, he is, and that means you can just shoot him in the back. If he spins around, just peek back in. Like, it makes it really easy to actually defend that in a 1v1. Another advantage for a spot is how easy it is to land a Molotov on the bomb from cover. This spot on train is a good example, as the CTs need to push out of the bomb site to come and kill you, but you're able to easily throw a Molotov from safety onto the bomb like this. Furthermore, the CT can't pre-aim upper from this spot while defusing, so you can easily peek to see if he's sticking or faking. Molotovs burn for 7 seconds, which is great news if a CT is medium to low HP, but is it so good against someone full HP? I recently created a video detailing when Molotovs are effective on the bomb and how a CT is still able to defuse it even with the fire licking at their heels. There's a link to it in the description, so I mean, give that a watch and find out when and when not Molotovs are effective and how a CT can still defuse even if you've thrown a Molotov on it. You just need to remember that a Molotov doesn't guarantee the bomb is safe from a CT who has a kit, armor, and full HP, but peeking them and planning in corners, all that sort of stuff, that is the best way to obviously defend the bomb. So just a final tip that I want to express is tell your team where you're planting, especially if it's not a default spot. Just a quick, I'm planning at the front of site, or planning for palace. Those sorts of phrases can save crucial seconds when you're attempting to kill a diffuser, and that could be all that makes a difference between winning or losing a round. Communication is key, and it also helps your team best defend it by allowing them to think, what spots are they going to go to after plant to be most effective to actually defend that plant. Finally, it's not always as clear-cut as the two scenarios that I mentioned. You need to be alert and aware of what's going on around you, so that you can plant in the best possible spot for your team. Just use these tips as a rule of thumb, but remember that smokes aren't a wall, and CTs can still come through them, so you need your team supporting you for these open plants, and you need to use your judgment whether or not you should be doing them. If you have any more tips on bomb placement, or you know something that I've left out of this video, let me know in the comments below. And hopefully this gives you food for thought when planting the bomb, and will make it much easier for you to clutch and defend that bomb plant. Thanks for watching, guys.